Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Taylor, and in today's video, we're gonna go ahead and de-stance or unstance my 2007 Subaru WRX STI. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so if you're new to the channel, this is the 2007 Subaru WRX STI that I picked up last week. And in today's video, we're gonna be putting these stock wheels and tires back on it. I picked these up off of Facebook Marketplace. They're the factory 17-inch BBS wheels. They've got great tread on the tires. I picked these up for $650, which I think was a great deal. And today we're gonna just bolt them up to the car, and we'll probably worry about the ride height and the camber second. I just wanna see how they fit, given that they're totally different dimensions, and then we'll go ahead and adjust the ride height accordingly. All right, I guess this is the day in the life of the stance car driver. This thing is just completely roached on the inner edge. You can see, you can see the metal sticking through and the cords. And obviously, so this is a 205/40/18 stretched on what looks like a 9-inch wheel. So that is definitely not optimal for a likely 400 horsepower Subaru, but let's go ahead and check out what's going on in here. Looks like we've got stainless braided brake lines, upgraded sway bar, and a huge 4-inch downpipe. Oh my God. Look at this thing. Look at that downpipe. That thing is huge. Looks like some other maybe a subframe mount. There's a little snow under here from driving the car. And then here's those BC Racing coilovers. Pretty cool stuff. So this car obviously had a lot of negative camber to blow that tire out like that, and that's because of these camber kits here. And you can see these BC Racing coilovers are adjustable up top. So really all I'm gonna do right now, just for the sake of giving this thing a more mild alignment, this is not gonna be a scientific alignment by any means, but we're just gonna move these to about the center of the adjustment there, which will hopefully just kind of neutralize the camber on the car. I noticed on this side, you can see some witness marks here where it used to be. Somebody actually plowed a curb or something, just ripped this whole wheel to shreds right here, and it must have blown the alignment out, or whatever alignment they chose to have on the car. So we're gonna go ahead and move that to the center of the range as well. All right, guys, well, the first stock wheel is on the car. I actually really like the look. It looks a little more capable than it does with the other wheels. They look neat, but they're not a quality wheel, and obviously the tires were shot. But this looks really neat, and it's amazing. The stock brake caliper is absolutely gigantic on these things, and the wheel is just barely clearing that caliper. These are the same size wheels all the way around, of course. Somebody at one point did put some really long lug studs on here with steel lug nuts, kind of for like racing. And so we will not be able to put the stock chrome lug nuts on that I did get with these wheels. But I really like the look, and I think the ride height is just perfect. It's lower than stock, but it clears the wheel, and obviously this offset's different, so it sits way inside of the fender, which is good. And then up top here, I did get the the camber plate adjusted. This looks pretty good. Actually, there's a lot of adjustment that can be had there. So we'll, I moved this out a little bit. We might have to play with it some more, but we'll see. The most important thing is just to get the front two completely even. All right, so the front wheels are on the car. I just wanted to give you a quick update. And I've got the rear seat torn out because the top of the strut towers are behind the seat back. And as you can see, there's the camber plate rather, with the BC Racing coilover adjustment. And these are totally out of adjustment side to sides. You can see this one is pulled almost all the way outward. And then coming to the other side of the car, this one is really pushed inward. So this side of the car has more negative camber than the other. I think what I'm going to do is just max the adjustment out completely. Obviously you can see this wheel still has a lot of negative to it, and then this side does as well. So I think the route I should take, if you look in there, you can see there's multiple different screw holes for those Allen heads. I think I'm going to move them each one direction further over, and then pull the top of the coil over towards the outside of the car. This should straighten out that camber quite a bit. So just a quick update. try to get this alignment as neutral as possible before we hit the dyno. All right guys, all the stock wheels are mounted up on the car, and I have to say it looks a lot better. I really like the stock wheels a lot better, and I think sometimes you just can't beat the way the stock wheels look on a car in general. This side sits pretty nice. The other side's a little bit lower. It's about 1/4 of an inch lower in the front, and the back is just about even. The camber looks to be corrected quite a bit. So I think this will be good enough for driving on the street. We'll go for a test drive here in a minute, but you can see they're not totally cambered out like they were before. There's still a little bit, which you can expect of any performance car. And this side might be straightened up even a little bit more, but it's looking really good. All right guys, it's actually the next day, and I did take the car for a test drive, and once I had it out and the wheels were turning, the camber actually went positive on both sides of the rear. So I'll show you what I did to correct that. I also took this opportunity while the rear seat was out to clean all the little dirt and dust that was in here. So this is all super clean now. Up here, if you look at the top of the camber plate, you can see that adjustment is pretty much right in the center instead of kicked all the way towards the outside of the car as I'd had it the first time around. And that gave it a really good alignment there on the camber. So you can see just a little negative, but probably pretty close to stock as far as this car's specs are concerned. So now I just need to throw those seats back in there, and we're pretty much going to be wrapped up with the stock wheels and tire project. All right, back seats in, it's all cleaned up. We've got the camber corrected for the most part. I do actually want to get the car a real professional alignment, but this will be good enough to take it to the dyno and drive it on the street safely to get there. So it's looking really good now. I really like these wheels, and let me know what you think down in the comments. Did you like the white wheels better that were on here, or the stock looking STI BBS wheels? So to give you guys a little better idea of how stretched those tires were on those old wheels, those were actually 18 by 9.5 inch wide rims with a 205 35 tire stretch. So it was just like pancaked out on the top. I actually listed those on Facebook Marketplace yesterday, which is when this video started, and I ended up selling them last night. I put them up for 200 bucks. I had 530 views in 3 hours and 11 messages. I ended up selling them for $175. It's probably too cheap, but they were really mangled from people wrecking into stuff with the low profile tire. So I'm happy to have those out of here and not taking up any space, and we recouped a little money from the BBS wheels. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up for me and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more automotive content like this. This coming Friday, I have a scheduled dyno appointment at 10 a.m. So we're going to take this car down to the all-wheel drive dyno, get a pre-inspection done, and then get a tune flashed in it and really calibrate it on the dyno. So it should be interesting to see what kind of power this car makes. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next video.